All right,
Yeah.
Michael, we are on. All right. So we're talking about boy mom. Now, I have a question. How do you see a mother's role as an influence in shaping the character and emotional life of her son?
Yeah. It's huge. I want to remind all moms that no boy or man usually cries out for their dad when they're sick. So we need nurturing from our moms. We need love from our moms. We need to learn how to be loved as men from our moms. And we also need to learn how to honor and respect women from our moms. And it is so imperative that a mom teaches us how to respect women and what that looks like. Because if we learn it from our buddies, we're going to be doomed. We need to learn it from our moms. We need to understand what it means to treat a woman different than a man and what that means. Not because she can't do anything for herself, but because she commands respect because you are the stronger person generally. We're not trying to box here, or this would be a different conversation with you and me, right? Because I know you're a
Yeah.
boxer, right?
Hey,
But
look at you.
come on now, I grew up Golden Gloves too, but we're not.
Hey.
Still, I wouldn't tangle with you. Um, and with that being said, though, I think it's really important for moms to understand that if they do this right, their son will always respect them, always look at them. And a good woman is looking to see how he reacts with his mother. I think all
That's
young
true.
people should look at the opposite sex and look at how that other person reacts with their opposite sex parents, because that's how they're going to treat them.
Wow, that's true.
Yeah.
So many boys grow up being told to man up or suppress their emotions. How can moms help their sons develop emotional intelligence without shame?
Yeah. It's a really tough thing because moms and dads see it differently sometimes. I think that healthy emotion from a man is really important. But masculinity says that when a woman is having a storm and she's your wife, you don't react emotionally. You react calmly. You are able to be a rock. You're able to absorb what's coming and be a comforter. And your
Yes.
emotions are valid. But in that moment, if you allow your emotions to react to her emotions, you're not being masculine. And they feel it and they know it. And over time, you get this reverse polarity. My friends Dave and Yvette have a program called Warriors and Queens that
Yes.
goes so deep into this, and they're so accurate. Like I went to their event, I couldn't believe it. And I met them at a Les Brown event that I was emceeing.
Of course.
Um, yeah, they're amazing. But they talk about this at great length, and it's true. It's really true. So moms can teach that by teaching young boys and their teens how to manage their emotions, how to treat a woman, and that it is okay for boys to cry, but timing matters. There are certain times you don't want a soldier in the foxhole freaking out and crying and having a panic attack. That's not the time. But after the event, his emotions kick in, your adrenaline kicks in, and you might start shaking 20 minutes after the event and let it out. I don't think that's a time to hide it.
Right.
Your
And
body
what
was
are
designed to let pressure off that way.
to let it off? Yes. Not
Yeah.
to withhold. What are some daily practices or conversations moms can have with their sons to build deeper trust connections?
Yeah. Boys respond to respect, girls respond to love. Moms, because they fight with their love, they are love, tend to speak to boys from love. And that's great. We need that when we're sick. We need that when we're being coddled. But when we're not being coddled and we don't want to be coddled, we need respect verbiage,
Mhm.
right? And if
Yes.
we feel disrespected as a boy, we're not going to talk to you anymore because we're
I
just
know.
not interested. We'll shut down. Same with men. Men, there's that program, Love and Respect. Men need respect, women need love. If the other is giving it properly, it's a knee-jerk reaction that if a woman loves me well or respects me well, I'm going to love her well. Now, I'm not saying she's not required to do that for me to do my part. But if she does it well, my knee-jerk reaction automatically is to do that. If I love her well, her knee-jerk reaction is to respect me.
Yes. And there's so many
And if I
single,
stay in my masculine. Yeah,
that's true.
that's
That's
huge.
true. That's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And there's a lot of mothers doing this all by themselves, and they don't
Yeah.
know where to turn to, what tools to use, or what to
Oh,
do. Sometimes they feel overwhelmed and overloaded and lost and confused,
yeah.
and just literally just they feel there's no help. Are
Yeah, I
there
feel
any?
for it. And they're intentional too. They want to do it right.
Yeah.
That's what I love about moms. I mean, they're always thinking about how they can do something great for their kids. It's the way
And
they're wired.
fathers.
Love it.
What are there any tools that they can use, or resources that you know that they can use to
Yeah, I
navigate?
mean, there's a couple good books out there that I've read. Um, there's one in particular. In fact, I used it quite a bit, and I happen to have it right here. It's called Mother and Son by Emerson Eggerichs,
Oh,
PhD,
yes.
Mother and Son. That's a great book that talks about respect, communication, and things like that. And in our programs and in our community, we dive deep into that. And some of that information I learned out of that book that
Good.
really taught me the mother-son connection. Now, as a guy, I understand that language because I speak it. So for
Yes.
me and my son and I know how to get him pumped up and what he needs. But for a mom, it's not natural. And just like me with a daughter, it's not natural. Like my buddies with girls, they're like, I don't know, dude, I don't understand her. I'm like, well, do you understand your wife? They're like, no. I'm like, okay, why are you trying to understand your daughter? Like, just be there and be the masculine person and love her and be her rock.
Yes,
Love
that's
her
true.
unconditionally.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it does take tools sometimes, or a support group, or other
Yeah.
mothers or other fathers is going through those same things,
No, our
right?
online community is coming. We're about to launch actually, and we'll have some kind of early entry opportunities here in the next 15 days. We're about to launch that.
I love that. Now,
Yeah.
if you could give every mother raising a son one message, one core truth, what would it be?
Boys speak respect. They love your love. They need your respect. They can't live without it.
That's true. And a lot of boys, they don't like another man coming in and telling them what to do. So I think a lot of times in the home too, they need to establish that part of it. Even if she's dating, sometimes she'll date, but she's still doing alone. I think she
Yeah.
still needs to hold her in and deal with her son on things.
That's one of the things we're dealing with too in the courses is how do you introduce a new potential? When do you introduce a new potential? What does that look like? Because
Yes,
I think a lot of moms tend to have the right idea to hold off a while, but it becomes very inconvenient when they have a younger child to get a babysitter every time. And so they just introduce the kid early, and that's not a good idea. And it's
yes,
hard
no,
to hold off on that, but it's imperative that you do because
yes,
a young man will get attached to a guy quickly because they need it and they know they need it. And if the guy isn't the right guy, whoever that guy is who your son's going to become. So they need to
exactly.
know that really
That's true.
clearly.
That's very true because they're going
Yeah,
to learn a lot.
they're going to be
they'll,
led.
they'll be led. Yes.
Yeah.
What does success look like for you, not just as an entrepreneur, but as a man breaking cycles and creating healing for families, for people?
Yeah. Success for me has very little to do with money. I think if you find your success, the money will come. You don't really have to worry about that so much. But um, if you're focused on it, you won't find it either. So it's kind of better if you don't. But I think impact. For me, obviously with my son, impact. The fruit of him at 18 years old is absolutely unbelievable. He's 10 times the man I prayed him to be. You know, I'm engaged. My wife to be is just amazing. I know that the Lord brought her, and it was a long wait and a very faithful wait. And you know, it was a struggle, but I'm so glad I did it God's way, because I would have never found my way into this opportunity without him. I'm sure of it. Um, and success to me looks like, you know, the people around you that you love. You know,
Yes.
there's so many people around me. You know, people are lucky to have two or three close friends that you could call in the middle of the night. I probably have 30 of them
Oh,
that
that's a blessing.
literally would come flying at 2 in the morning, or would fly from another state to help me
Oh,
at 2 in the morning. And that's because I've served so many people over the years, and I really care for my friends, and I want to make sure that they're cared for, they're taken care of, they're heard, and that they know
yes.
that they're loved by me. And I'm one of those rare guys that when I hang out with my brothers on the phone, I'm like, love you, bro. You know, all of them.
Yes.
That's just the way I roll.
I love that you said that. I have friends that have called me. They're, oh, it's 12 o'clock in the morning. I don't care. I'm here.
Yeah,
Hi.
exactly. Exactly.
Yes,
And what you
it's
give,
rare.
you get in return.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
amazing. I love that, Michael. I can go on with you all day, like
I know.
asking you
Well, we will meet again
questions.
shortly. And I'd
Yes.
love to help you with, you know, everything that you're doing in any way that I can. I think you're awesome. I always have. And I love your drive. And you're one of the people that left the starting line, right? And out of, you
Wow.
know, I don't know how many people were in that group. There was thousands at one point. And, you know, there's only a few of you that took off.
And I signed my
And I
first
probably,
contract. Can you believe
yeah,
it? With the
come
Prodigy
on.
program.
That
Yes.
is awesome.
That was
That is awesome.
amazing. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it.
And we have to give, you know, props to Les Brown. I mean, Les has
Thank you,
been one of those
Les.
guys that has made an impact on the world. I heard a reggae song, I love it, and it says there's only so many messengers in each generation. And the day I met him in person, I told him that. And I said, you're one of them. You're just
I
one of those
know.
messengers, Les. And we're all blessed, you know, because of his motivation, because of his love for us. We're really blessed. And there's been all kinds of crazy, amazing spin-offs, but the world's a better place because of Les Brown.
Isn't it? I can't like my life, like it's really and I just feel like I've done so much just because
Yeah.
I met him that way.
Yeah,
You
me
know,
too.
he's
Me
my
too.
teacher, our
Yeah,
teacher,
he
our
is. He's our mentor.
everything, right?
Love that guy. Yeah, I really
We
love
wouldn't
him.
be
He's a
where we
great
are
guy.
today if it wasn't for him.
That's true.
Wow. Michael,
Yeah.
please share your information where people can reach out to you.
Yeah. I'm on Instagram at the Fatherhood Code. I'm on the Facebook page is the Fatherhood Code. You can currently sign up to my Facebook. I changed it to where I have more openings now, and it is Michael N. Period Fineman, N for Neil. And you can sign up on my personal Facebook page right now. And then our website is thefatherhoodcode.com.
Isn't that amazing? I'm so proud
Yeah.
of you, Michael.
Thank you. You too. My main site also is mikef360.com. You can
Okay,
go
so
there as
they
well.
can, okay.
They can go there
Anything
as well.
else on Instagram? Yes.
Mm, yeah, Instagram is at the Fatherhood Code. Yep.
Okay, good. That's
Yeah,
amazing. Thank you so much for your time,
it's awesome.
Michael.
Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome, my friend. Keep
Um,
going. Don't stop. Don't look back. Just keep going.
literally, if I don't do this, I won't, it won't be me. I will be stuck and
You wouldn't be
depressed.
being you.
I
That's
wouldn't
right.
be being me. And
I
that's
love
one
it.
thing I can't, this is something I must do. I will do it. I can't live without not doing it.
You are the best Mawusi Ragland that ever lived and that ever will.
Ah, thank you, Michael. You as
True
well.
story.
I love you. I love you to death.
Same.
But I
Love
love
you,
you
my friend.
alive more. All right.
Love you, my friend.
I love you too, Michael. Thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome. Be
And we're
blessed.
always in touch. You
Thanks for
too.
having me.
Thank you for your time, Michael.
Blessings.
Enjoy. Blessings.
All right.